So I'm going to do a hard run session on the grass. The weather's turned a bit, so there'll definitely be spikes. But yeah, just time to get some speed into the legs without loading them too much and hard surfaces this time of year. But yeah, after that, just 90-minute spin easy on the bike, probably indoors given the weather. But positives today is the squat rack arrived. Still waiting for one more box to be delivered. So there's 2 boxes have been delivered so far. So yeah, should be good to get that going. And it'll be interesting to see if it all fits, because it's not a big training room space, but it's just me in there, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, there's a pull-up bar obviously on the top of it, so we'll see if I'll actually be able to use it given the low ceiling. But if not, I've always needed one, and I always will use one, so definitely worth having, if not for now but definitely for the future. So yeah, see how it goes. 2 boxes, obviously that's the training room. The snow is blinding the camera. There we go. Yeah, so that's my training setup. The felt. For my kit there, stored away nicely. So yeah, I have a flag for my first 70.3 race back home in Ireland. But I'm thinking of putting the squat rack about there. Hopefully it fits. I'm a bit apprehensive about being able to do pull-ups on it. Okay, so continuing on from what I said, yeah, the squat rack's arrived. There's one box that it hasn't, so we'll have a go build on as much of it as we can. On the rest of it should arrive on Monday. But we are a bit tight for space in here. It does the job. At the end of the day, it's just me training in here. But hopefully the squat rack fits in. And I'm still able to take out my road bike. TT bike won't play too much this time of year anyway. But yeah, so let's get the weights underway. Okay, so got it all finished yesterday. So I thought I'd just give you a bit of a run through of the whole setup. So obviously got the pull-up bar on, managed to work it in a way that will allow me to do pull-ups. So that's meant to be above. So I flipped it the other way around. So now obviously I've got the space to actually pull up above that. So I've got these racking points set up for squats. Obviously the front ones, when I get a bench, chances are I'll set that up for bench press. So on the far side, don't know if you can see, we've got like a dipping station, which is quite good. Didn't think it'd be as useful as it is, but definitely it's good to have the variety there. The main thing about strength sessions is mixing it up, not doing the same thing all the time, so you're challenging your body differently. That's what's key. So yeah, we've got resistance bands and things like that that'll come in handy. So I've got my weights kind of scattered around the the rack. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with it so far. It's quite sturdy, it's not going to go anywhere. But yeah, other than that then, the stuff I already had in my training room before, I'll just talk you through that. So got quite a big fan there. Yeah, that fan has been with me since my first year uni, for my undergrad, so it's done a right few hours because I'm quite fond of training indoors. Just find you get, if you're going on for an hour, it's just an hour. It's not an hour and a half, stopping at junctions, things like that. So you just get a better training stress. It's continuous as well, so if you've planned to train at a certain zone, you're at it, end off. There's no debating. So yeah, I've got my other bike set up here. It's a Giant Propel. This is one I use for most of my winter training. Got it last year, simply for putting in as much mileage as possible. I wanted something that'd be durable, and the brakes, obviously having the disc brakes makes such a difference. Yeah, and I do a lot of my efforts on my race bike, so my felt. As you can see, I've got the laptop set up straight in front of it, so handy for Zwift or Ruby, things like that. Then over here, I've got some storage, like all my shoes, my 2 helmets, bottles. At the bottom we've got like some cans of GT86 and things like that, some spare tubes, tyres, lube, things like that. It's handy. More maintenance stuff in these boxes here. But yeah, and then a bit more storage over here. So obviously I've got some caffeinated drinks for when I'm on the bike, and if I'm finding it a bit tough, slug one of them, and if things don't improve after that, then call the session there and then. But just have them there as a bit of insurance. Yeah, more tubes, books. Can't say I use them on the bike. In the bottom, some shoes. Most of those are like retired shoes. Then some of Danielle's shoes at the bottom. Some food for when I'm on the bike. Quite fond of jelly babies. I don't know how I'm still taking them though, because I've been taking them for years on the bike. Up at the top I've got some Torque nutrition stuff. With being a brand ambassador, like a bit of discount, but yeah. Other than that, so I've got some of the Magic 5 goggles there. Kindly send me some of them out to try and give my honest opinion of, and I'm quite impressed with them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the setup. It's basically just a place where I do all my indoor training. If there is any maintenance stuff to do on my bike, it gets done here. So yeah, I do spend quite a bit of time in here, and I use this stuff regularly. So yeah, this stuff doesn't come cheap, but if you're gonna get the use out of it, who cares? Like that turbo trainer, it's probably the most expensive item in this bit of a training room, but it definitely was worth it because I've got the time out of it. I've put in a lot of hours on it. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with spending money on training kit and things like that. If you're going to use it, it only becomes an issue if you spend all this money and it just lies there and you don't use it, and that's just per investment. Yeah, just before I forget, just hang my wetsuits there. But yeah, that door stays open all the time. But it's made such a difference having a training room, because it used to be like our kitchen we just use, or at uni when you're at halls of residence, things like that, you just literally have a bed, a sink, and I had the turbo trainer, so there was no escape in it, which is great, but at the same time it's a downfall too. You need to be able to switch off, and obviously with having this in a separate floor, I can't actually switch off. The bikes are not in my face all the time, and I'm sure Danielle's glad that she hasn't got them cluttering up the place either. So yeah, it was a good call moving here and converting this spare bedroom into a training space, because we both will use the gym equipment. So yeah, so just finishing up decent day's training. Did 2 hours easy on the bike, and then we did a grass based tempo session with some strides. Just doing some stretching now, finish off the day. But yeah, I just thought I'd round up by explaining why I've invested in this kind of equipment, mainly the squat rack. Whatever it is about my physiology, I'm very prone to getting injured, or picking up niggles more so, particularly in my calves and Achilles, around my knees. If I neglect strength work at all, I can guarantee I get injured. So yeah, obviously with the lockdowns and things like that, I had to improvise by using water bottles and things like that. Obviously a 5 litre water bottle comes with 5 kg. It's not the same as lifting decent weights though. It did its purpose for a while, and the resistance bands and things like that served its purpose, but yeah, it's hard to beat actually doing proper bar work and pull-ups and things like that. With not coming from a swimming background as well, it's vital that I hang on to any strength I have, because I'll not bounce back as quick as someone that's swimming for years. So yeah, the COVID had a lot to do with it, because it just made sense to, if we can't have access to the pools and the gyms, bring the facilities to your doorstep. I'll explain in another video why there's benefits in actually having your gym at home regardless of COVID situations and things like that. There's actual physiological adaptations that can occur a lot better and more controlled in your own home space. But I'll go into that another day. But yeah, and obviously I'm training a lot from home. If I can avoid exposure outdoors and exposure to other people in gyms, then I'll do that, both to protect me and to protect them. Obviously with my partner working in the NHS, it's important that I'm not coming home giving something to her and then she's taking it into the elderly people she works with. So yeah, so being responsible, as well as that, I've always wanted a squat rack as well. It's just so convenient having it all on your doorstep. There's no commuting to the gym, there's no membership to pay each month. It's just one lump sum payment and then you have the equipment and it's yours. There's no waiting for someone to finish off on the squat rack or a bench, or waiting for a 20 kg plate or anything like that. It's there whenever you need it, and that's really valuable to have. Okay, so that's it. Just let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Obviously it's my first time doing this, so I'm aware it's probably not the best quality. The main reason I'm starting this is just a little project to keep me busy during lockdown and between training sessions. But as well as that, I'm planning to use this on future videos to provide a bit of education in terms of why I train the way I do, the science behind the training. Obviously that's my background, and that's what I've studied for years, so it's good to offload that and actually teach others about it. Obviously I coach amateur athletes at a high level around the UK and Ireland, so this is much for them as well, to tune in and actually see why I prescribe what I've prescribed in the training. So yeah, it's a benefit for both them, documenting my own progression through the sport, and then anyone else that wants to come along and watch it. So yeah, if you can think of anything that you want me to cover, just stick it in the comment section, and I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Thanks.